What if I told you that one of the most powerful school improvement strategies has nothing to do with curriculum, testing, or technology? What if the real lever for student success is housing stability? As education professionals, we spend enormous energy refining instruction, analyzing assessment data, and strengthening leadership practices, and those efforts matter. But let me ask you something simple and direct. How often do we ask where our students slept last night? How often do we consider how many times they have moved this year? Because when a student changes addresses twice in a semester, learning does not just pause neatly. It fractures. Routine disappears. Focus shifts from academics to survival. I have seen this pattern repeatedly. When housing is stable, attendance improves. Behavior becomes more predictable. Engagement deepens. When families are stretched thin by rising rent or facing displacement, stress quietly enters the classroom. It shows up as distraction, anxiety, incomplete assignments, and declining performance. We often respond with tutoring plans or behavioral interventions. But sometimes we are treating symptoms, not causes. Here's the part that may feel uncomfortable. Real estate decisions shape educational outcomes. Zoning policies influence who can live near high-performing schools. Affordable housing supply affects student mobility rates. Community development patterns determine whether neighborhoods remain inclusive or become financially inaccessible. Housing is not separate from education. It is foundational to it. Now, I am not suggesting that educators need to become housing developers, but I am suggesting that awareness changes leadership. When school leaders understand local housing trends, when districts track student mobility data alongside academic performance, when educators lend their voices to community planning conversations, something shifts. We move from reacting inside the building to influencing the environment around it. So here's my question for you. If we know that instability disrupts learning, do we have a responsibility to expand our leadership beyond the classroom walls? And if housing stability builds the foundation for academic growth, why is it not part of every school improvement conversations? I would love to hear what you are seeing in your schools. Are housing challenges visible in attendance patterns or engagement levels? Share your thoughts. Start this conversation with your colleagues. Because when we begin to see housing as educational infrastructure, we unlock a new level of impact. Stable housing builds stable learning. And stable learning builds opportunity.